you're the life of the party, you never sit.
Ethel, they're playing our song.
But your dirty dishes do, and that can leave you with a real headache the next morning. That's the time to reach for Sunlight dishwasher detergent. Lemon Scent Sunlight cuts tough, stuck-on food easily. Nothing cleans dishes that sit better. Try Lemon Sunlight. It really stands up to dishes that sit.
For a beautiful body, just pump, pump. For beautiful skin, you just pump.
Introducing medicated Noxema skin cream. Now with a pump, it cleans like no soap can and doesn't dry.
For beautiful skin, you just pump.
Noxema, now with a pump.
CoverGirl Nail Slicks. Nail color drenched in super wet shine, so it looks this rich, this dazzling.
Even when it's dry. A color that looks wet, even when it's dry. Wear CoverGirl Nail Slicks.
Hey, you see the girl in the white bikini with the long legs and the great body and the Diet Sprite?
Yeah.
Well, where do you think she got that Diet Sprite?
Are you kidding? You can get Diet Sprite anywhere.
But that's the new Diet Sprite, the one with 100% NutraSweet.
House and store will have that story. And some firefighters in Penn Hills are under fire themselves tonight. We'll tell you why.
Sparks fly in Apollo as residents join forces to fight a proposed nuclear waste site. And in sports, we'll look at one Steeler hopeful hoping to beat some very long odds. Hello, I'm Kimberly Adams. Vicki Yates-Orr has the night off.
And I'm Ron Klink. Eyewitness News Update is next. But again tonight, the third major downtown fire to hit Wheeling, West Virginia in the past 9 months. Tonight, it was the Bing Furniture Store and Warehouse that exploded into flames. The fire broke out about 10 minutes before 5 o'clock this evening. The store was just getting ready to close, so customers and store employees were still in the building as the flames erupted. Everyone got out safely, though. But within 15 minutes, firemen say they knew they were in for a big battle. Every firefighter, including those off-duty and on vacation, were summoned. Likewise, volunteers from the tri-state area were called in. The nearly century-old building was threatening to take much more of the downtown area with it.
Right now, the only thing we know, the fire started in the center of these 4 buildings. When we pulled up, it was spreading in all 4 directions. It was all they could do to stop it.
The building has been remodeled so often that the fire was finding its way behind petitions. Firemen finally had to pull out of the building and try to save the rest of the block. Not only is this the third major fire in the downtown Wheeling area since last November, but at about the same time this fire got started, another one started about 3 blocks south. There is cause for some alarm. The location of that fire was a bar called the CB Club.
So this place down the street has had a couple suspicious fires, but we've snipped it before it's got any burn on it, but this time it did the job. I don't know whether it was arson or not this time, but it definitely burned real good down the street.
Firefighters had that blaze under control quickly. They still are suspicious as to the cause of that fire. As for the big fire at Bing Furniture, for now, they're just trying to get it out. The cause and total damages will have to be determined later. The damages have now been estimated at least $1 million, and there are firemen from a dozen different communities still at the site of that fire. Kimberly?
Some Penn Hills firefighters under fire themselves tonight. A fire roared through a family-owned business this afternoon, destroying that structure. But as Ralph Ionati reports, the blaze also sparked criticism of firefighters by some of the victims left homeless.
It was known as Frankstown Gardens, a greenhouse and flower shop which had become something of a landmark business in the 10,000 block of Frankstown Road, here for the past 50 years. The 5-alarm fire began in the front of the greenhouse. Within moments, the entire structure was engulfed in flames. Thick black and gray smoke billowing high into the air could be seen for miles around. About a dozen people were inside the greenhouse at the time. Everyone got out safely.
I got a hose, started spraying it, and I couldn't do nothing. I was starting to, gag from smoke, so I just ran out and called the fire truck.
Fire officials say the cause of this blaze is still undetermined. One of the reasons this fire spread so fast was because of the fiberglass greenhouses. Eyewitnesses said flames seemed to race along the plastic greenhouse ceiling, and much of the damage was done even before firemen arrived. The business was described as a total loss.
The place was an inferno when we got here. As far as what happened, I cannot tell you yet. It's under investigation.
The blaze started in an area where there was an air conditioner and water tank. Besides the greenhouse flower shop, 2 apartments in a separate but adjoining building were gutted, and the people who lived in the apartments were angry that the fire department didn't do more to save the building.
The greenhouse was gone in 2 minutes, all right? We kept screaming, bring the truck down and try to save the 2 apartments. No, they wouldn't bring the truck down.
Asked about that charge of a delay in fighting the fire in the apartments, fire chief would only say the blaze was under investigation at this time. Several firefighters at the scene were treated for smoke inhalation and exhaustion. Police reported no serious injuries. Ralph Iannotti, TV2 Eyewitness News Update.
The scheduled launch of the shuttle Discovery was scrubbed this morning when stormy weather moved through Cape Canaveral. NASA says it will try again tomorrow. Early this morning, everything was ready for launch, but just 9 minutes before the scheduled liftoff, a storm rolled into the area, hanging over the site for the entire 34-minute launch window. That forced NASA to ground Discovery.
We will go through a recycle and try again tomorrow morning.
Discovery is now scheduled to lift off tomorrow morning at about 8 a.m., but forecasters are calling for more rain in the area.
The engine of the British Air Tours jet that exploded on takeoff and killed 54 people reportedly malfunctioned the night before. The London Sunday Times is citing an unidentified airline source saying that a mysterious fault developed in the exhaust malfunction on a flight the night before this explosion. The airline says the plane was inspected that night. 54 people died, another 15 are still hospitalized. And a truck driver from Brookline was pinned inside his rig earlier this evening after an accident near his home. 57-year-old Angelo Pusateri was taken to Mercy Hospital, where he is listed in fair condition. Police say the truck slid along McNeely Road, then flipped over on the side of the hill. They say that Pusateri may have lost control on the rain-slick roadway.
President Reagan was back in the saddle today at his Santa Barbara ranch. It was the first time the president had ridden a horse since undergoing major abdominal surgery. The ride came 6 weeks to the day after surgeons removed a cancerous growth from Mr. Reagan's lower intestine. A White House spokesman said the president and Mrs. Reagan rode for about 30 minutes. Next up on the update, a strange transformation has turned Shenley Park into a scene from another era.
And also ahead, if you're planning a vacation at Wildwood, New Jersey, don't go in the water. But first, sparks fly in Apollo as residents gather to fight a nuclear proposed dump there.
Valley under attack tonight. As Ralph Iannotti reports, those opposed to what could be the country's first low-level nuclear waste incinerator were told today that radiation isn't the only thing they have to worry about.
The prospect of having a nuclear dump site in their backyard is what brought these people to the community center in Apollo. They're worried because when and if Babcock & Wilcox gets approval from the government, it can build a commercial incinerator for low-level nuclear waste at its site in nearby Parks Township. B&W has owned this property since 1971 when it purchased the facility from the Atlantic Richfield Company. Nuclear waste would be brought in from as far away as Canada and the Midwest. A Sierra Club scientist predicts if the disposal plan gets the green light, radiation won't be area residents' only concern.
They will be processing also a lot of plastics. Polyvinyl chloride plastics combining with paper can cause dioxins.
If Babcock & Wilcox had its way, a radioactive incinerator would already be in operation here in Armstrong County. The company was scheduled to open an $8 million compact incinerator at this location last spring. But opposition from environmentalists and nuclear opponents effectively stalled the project, at least for the time being. Parks Township residents earlier this year voted 4-1 against the nuclear plant. Except to gauge public opinion, however, that vote was non-binding.
Well, I live about 2 miles from the plant where they expect to put this facility, and I think we've already been exposed to too much radiation, and I just don't want any more.
But other folks who live in the area can't quite understand what all the fuss is about.
I can appreciate the fact that they're all concerned, but I think there's more issues now that they could, concentrate on rather than make such a big issue out of this.
Opponents say they hope meetings like this one will help develop a unified strategy before hearings by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission and the Department of Environmental Resources into the Babcock & Wilcox proposal. Ralph Iannotti, TV2 Eyewitness News Update.
A Babcock & Wilcox spokesman says any nuclear waste incinerator would only process Class A low-level waste. That's the least dangerous kind of radioactive materials, according to federal officials.
Well, the sun set on some unhappy vacationers in Wildwood, New Jersey this evening. You see hundreds of out-of-towners showed up at the shore today to find out the water had been polluted with tons of raw sewage. The Cape May, New Jersey County Health Department has issued an advisory saying that swimming in the Bay Area, Wildwood, and other parts of the Atlantic could cause a serious threat to public health. Some vacationers were angry.
I just think it's a disgrace that the city of Wildwood has not been prepared for over 40 years for this sewage system. It's so old, and what do they do with all the money that they collect in taxes?
The Environmental Protection Agency is on hand to monitor that cleanup. Kimberly?
You know, for 3 years, Pittsburgh has offered outdoor performances of Shakespearean plays. And tonight, because of their success, Bob Kometz reports on the development of a very natural outgrowth, the Pittsburgh Renaissance Fair.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Some people play golf, others play baseball. Then there are the folks who dress up in medieval duds and create an anachronism. In fact, they're members of the Society for Creative Anachronism. They, along with City Parks, created the Renaissance Fair on Flagstaff Hill in Shenley Park. It's all done in fun. Witness King Laugh-A-Lot at the human chess game.
Pawn takes pawn!
And it's a way to fuel the imagination of knights slaying dragons, like this little knight, Sir Kid of Pittsburgh, who keeps his trusty sword handy in case some varlet threatens his kingdom.
There will be a puppet presentation on the stage in front of the New Grove Theater.
In medieval times, of course, there weren't radios, televisions, and newspapers. There was just lung power, and entertainment was strolling players and chamber music. For 20th centurians, it's escapism, and there are those who even take stock in the situation. Those who juggle their time away, while others stop for a quiet chat and a spinach pie. But then reality comes back.
The planners of the Renaissance Fair tried real hard for authenticity, albeit somewhat tongue-in-cheek. Well, they got their authenticity. It rained, just like in merry old England.
So, verily, what doth a person do? Seek shelter, of course. That is, if you're a spectator. The players tend to be diehards. Bob Kometz, TV2 Eyewitness News Update.
No umbrellas there.
Players didn't have umbrellas, exactly.
Right.
Well, still to come, if you're planning on washing the car tomorrow, Bob's going to be along to tell us it may be a waste of time.
Well, the sign in Disneyland now reads more than 250 million served here, and there's still plenty of magic in the kingdom. And you've heard of pigeons leaving their marks on statues. Well, it's a different problem in Connecticut, where geese are taking aim at area beaches.
Wrap a bowl with Reynolds plastic wrap, and an unusual thing happens. It clings. If Reynolds plastic wrap clings tight enough to keep this fruit outside, imagine how fresh it'll keep your food inside. Reynolds plastic wrap clings tight to keep food fresh no matter what.
Now that's not fair. Give Jennifer 1 teaspoon 4 times a day and call me tomorrow.
At a time like this, you need Revco. Our pharmacists have filled over 400 million prescriptions, all at a discount price, with extra discounts for children under 6 and adults 60 and over. At Revco Discount Drug Centers, you get quality prescriptions at low discount prices every day.
Dr. Maxwell? Yeah, Jennifer's feeling a lot better.
Remember, there's no better combination than your doctor's advice and a Revco prescription.
Crystal Light drink mix is sweetened with 100% NutraSweet, so there's no sugar, no saccharin, and no saccharine aftertaste. All these natural flavors taste so terrific.
It's hard to believe there's only 4 calories a glass. I believe in Crystal Light, 'cause I believe in me.
Entrepreneur. One who assumes the risks of business. Rockwell International managers have the entrepreneurial freedom to move through the maze of business challenges. With advanced technologies and innovative quality products, Rockwell International entrepreneurs get results.
When a business attracts 250 million visitors, you know something's going right. Well, at Disneyland, they reached the milestone today. Little 3-year-old Brooks Burr was the lucky fellow who entered the Magic Kingdom as Mickey's 250 millionth friend. And guess what? He got a new Cadillac, a trip to Japan, free airplane tickets. But what impressed the little tot most of all was, in his words, getting to kiss Mickey Mouse on the nose. Some people are pleased very easily.
We don't get to kiss Bob Custom on the nose, but you do get to give us a
No,
workout.
people are violent out there. Rain on a Saturday, we need the rain, but not on the weekend, I guess. Monday through Friday, rain will be all right. Tomorrow, I think we'll get some breaks in the clouds. It'll straighten out just a little, but we'll still have showers and thunderstorms around. This is the way it looked downtown Pittsburgh during the afternoon hours when we did have the showers in the area. The temperature right now is holding pretty steady. It's at 66. It's at 66 degrees at the present time. That's our present temperature in the city of Pittsburgh. After a high this afternoon, that got on up to 74 degrees, and a low this morning dropped on down to the 50s, 55 degrees. Pollution index, Allegheny County is good, under 50 most of Allegheny County. Pressure now has been steady over the past hour. The wind's light out of the south at only 8 miles an hour. What do we have on color sat 2? Overcast skies in through our area, back in through Ohio, but during the past several hours, clouds are beginning to break up in through northwest Ohio, back in through Indiana, so we're going to see a little bit of sunshine during the day tomorrow as this whole system shifts slowly off to the east. This is the way radar looked during the evening hours. We had quite an area of showers. Even a few thunderstorms move off to the northeast at some 25 miles an hour. But watch as they move off to the northeast. They broke up very rapidly at 9, 10, and 11 o'clock this evening. Right now, we just have scattered showers through western sections of Pennsylvania, and that's pretty much it right now as they move off to the northeast. So we have a little drizzle and a few showers left in western sections of Pennsylvania, and that's it. There's still more rain on the way. We look at the radar right now across the country. Showers and thunderstorms in through northwest parts and, well, western parts of Ohio. They'll be rippling in here during the day tomorrow, but you can see the break on the satellite. You can also see a break here on radar. The heaviest activity by far and away was down into Alabama, Mississippi, on and through southern Louisiana and South Texas, where they had hail and some very, very heavy rain during the day today. Temperatures are holding steady and aren't going to change a whole lot overnight. Most readings are in the mid-60s and pretty much where they'll stay throughout the night. The whole system is slowed down. It is moving off to the east. Showers ahead of the frontal system. Showers and thunderstorms down and through the southeast. We have a pretty strong northwest flow here. Southwest flow along the east coast. That means the system will slowly move through here tomorrow evening at this hour. Leading edge of some cooler air will be moving into western sections of Pennsylvania. Pretty brisk back and through the Great Lakes area during the day tomorrow, but still the heaviest rain will be east of us. I think an inch or better than an inch of rain up and down the east coast. They need it. Looks like they're going to get quite a bit of rain during the day tomorrow. With the clouds and rain, most of the temperatures in the northeast will remain in the 60s, 70s into West Virginia, southern Pennsylvania, and southern parts of Ohio. 90s in Florida, down through Texas, and a scorcher once again way out there in the west. Here's my forecast now for Pittsburgh and the surrounding area. We'll have scattered showers or a thunderstorm or two around. Most of the showers, though, will be on the light side, and the low temperature 60 to 62 tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, but there'll be some breaks in the clouds. A little bit of sunshine will allow that temperature to get on up to around 76 for that high. And here's my outlook. Well, we won't look at the outlook, but I'll tell you, things get better on it.
John! With over $100,000 worth of prizes and surprises, which they're looking to bring to your picnic.
A picnic! A picnic!
So watch out for the KDKA Radio Picnic Patrol coming your way this summer.
At the pad. If not, you cease to be the driver and fast become the drivee. Teal's Woody Pippins, with a stature that was a bit too erect, learned that lesson the hard way last night in St. Louis.
I don't think I played too well carrying the ball at halfback. I didn't get too many yards. I thought I did, all I could do on the plays, but...
Against the Cardinals, Woody ran 6 times for 6 yards with a long gain of 6. That means 5 runs netted 0. So what it amounted to, if Woody Pippins was to have more than a National Football League cup of coffee, he was going to have to do it on the strength of kickoff returns.
Basically, it wasn't anything new. I just wanted to catch it, and I really wanted to make a big play and break it. A couple times I came close, but I didn't,
His 3 runbacks were a shaky 17, a respectable 29, and a very good 37.
Our kickoff team did great, because on those 2, we were supposed to spill the play left. But what happened, as I was going up the middle, then it spilled the other way, so I went the other way. So, I credit it to our special teams. It's really great.
Do you feel that this gives you a new life as far as this football team is concerned and making the squad is concerned?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm hoping.
If he keeps playing like that, he's going to have a chance, yes. He certainly gets another week's look then at that. Well, we'll see what happens. Will Woody run again? Will he escape Tuesday's 10-man roster trim? Stay tuned for the continuation of one of the fun stories of the Steelers of '85. In St. Louis, Ken Meese TV2, Eyewitness Sports.
This afternoon, Joe Montana, bad back. Matt Cavanaugh, his replacement. This goes to the rookie, Jerry Rice, and watch the rookie go. 56 yards, Niners humble San Diego 25-10 at the Coliseum. Marino still a holdout. So the Dolphins put on their track shoes. Do they ever? Ron Davenport, 18 yards. Miami now holding on against the Raiders 13-10 late in the third quarter. Now, a lot of oh shucks golf at the World Series of Golf this afternoon, and I guess I got to show you what I mean by oh shucks right here, don't I? Leader Roger Maltby on their way back to Canada. They've set up housekeeping in Greenwich, Connecticut. Unfortunately, though, once the foul birds move in, they brought with them some disgusting habits. You see, each hardy honker leaves behind about 3 pounds of waste a day, and that poses some problems for pedestrians on the beaches and everywhere else.
Pigeons do the statues, Canada geese do the lawns in beach areas, and their leavings, their droppings are monumental.
Some naturalists have suggested using swan decoys to scare off the birds. You see, swans and geese are natural enemies, and we hope that works a little better than Bill's owls did on Pittsburgh pigeons. Some people would suggest bombing and strafing, I'm sure.
Foul, foul.
Yes. Well, that's it for this edition of Eyewitness News.
Our next report tomorrow evening at 6. Now please stay tuned for Star.
We're looking for a high of 98.
Okay, who's first?
Now more than ever, Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
All right, the answer is Pittsburgh's favorite game shows.
What are Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune?
Right. And aren't you glad?
Aren't we all? Give me Pittsburgh for 1,000.
How's this for a daily double? Catch Jeopardy at 5.
Followed by Wheel of Fortune at 5:30.
Weekdays on KDKA TV2.